Well, while some robots are designed to work, others are designed to work miracles. Here's how. We're now living in an age where dreams really can come true through technology. I'm here in Nottingham and I'm about to meet a family who are preparing to take the first steps into an exciting new future. 3 years ago, 55-year-old Chris Palmer found himself confined to a wheelchair with doctors telling him he would never walk again. Can you tell me about what life was like a few years ago?
It was wonderful. I was able to walk and do lots of things, fishing, gardening, DIY, and of course I can't really do them now. I've had tears, you know, early days. I can remember lying in bed with no feeling in my legs, and that's when it sank in, you know, I'm not going to maybe walk again.
It's not just Chris who's been impacted by this devastating event. His whole family has had to learn to accept Chris's disability, especially his daughter Heather.
It was a massive, massive shock. Like, it was awful.
Awful for the whole family.
One of the first things I said to the doctor was, he's not going to be able to walk me down the aisle. And then obviously we found Rex.
The amazing technology that could help Chris walk again is a robotic exoskeleton nicknamed Rex. It was developed over 10 years by 2 British engineers. The suit is built from carbon fibre, aluminium and various high-grade metal alloys and plastics. Under the shell are 29 microprocessors that control everything, allowing people to sit, stand and, of course, walk. While it might come with a £90,000 price tag, it can transform the quality of life for the users and their families. Chris and his family are on their way here to the Chris Moody Rehabilitation Centre in Northampton for what potentially could be one of the biggest days in Chris's life. With the help of Rex robotic exoskeleton, he should be able to walk for the first time in over 3 years. But before he gets to try it, I'm going to go inside and meet the people behind this amazing technology. Deborah, it's so nice to meet Rex, but can you tell me a bit about the story?
We started about 10 years ago. 2 Scottish engineers, both had experience of wheelchairs. So one of them, his mother, used a wheelchair, and the other engineer has MS. Right. And they had this crazy idea that they wanted to ensure that one of the engineers, Robbie, didn't have to use a wheelchair as his MS progressed. Right. So it started with an idea on paper and grew, and this is what we've got today.
And what does it do? What is the technology?
Well, the technology is such that people like Simon or anybody who uses a wheelchair can transfer into the Rex from a sitting position, select stand on the joystick and stand up. And once they're standing, they're able to use their arms because it's very stable, it's very easy to use. So this is the only hands-free, self-supporting robot in the world that helps paralysed people.
The incredible technology behind the Rex suit has helped change the lives of hundreds of people, but it doesn't always work for everybody. If Chris's dream of walking his daughter down the aisle is going to become a reality, he must first pass an all-important physio test.
Everything looks safe and good to go.
So that's the thumbs up?
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
With the all clear, it's time for Chris to take his first steps.
So, Chris, Rex, Chris.
What do you do?
I just hope that with Chris's limited mobility, Rex is going to work for him.
Push it forwards to stand. Nose right over toes. How's that?
Fine.
Push forwards. This will be your first walk in how many years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
It was quite an emotional experience. Just being able to stand was wonderful.
What do you think? It's amazing. Yeah, it's lovely. It's really nice.
So do you feel like you can walk down the aisle in this?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's finally sunk in that I'll be able to walk down the aisle to do that long walk. It'll make me complete. It's wonderful, really. Technology.
That is pretty amazing.
It was incredible. It was such a privilege to be there, to see Chris take his first steps in 3.5 years.
Really moving.
It was amazing.
In what sort of ways did he sort of say that was going to change his life, being able to use it?
Well, the thing Rex does, I mean, when you're in a wheelchair, you have all sorts of problems because the body's designed to stand up. So he actually needs to go in a wooden stand every day as exercise. But as well as the physical benefits that Rex brings, it's actually quite a good psychological boost as well, because something I didn't consider especially is just being at the same eye line as everybody else. And that's what Rex gives you. It's the only type of exoskeleton where you can have your hands free, so it completely supports your weight. So you can stand at the bar with your mates, have a pint, you can hug his wife, you can hold, you know, your baby, or simple things like making a cup of tea at the counter that we take for granted as able-bodied people. Rex allows disabled people to do.
Why did they have to give him like a physio test before he could use it?
Well, it's not suitable for everyone. I mean, there are ranges of disability, and they had to check that he could support himself and move himself from his wheelchair into Rex. And once he could, he got the all clear, and he could go in, and within a minute, say, of having the all clear, he was in Rex and moving around, and it was amazing.
So when's the wedding?
The wedding is in May, so Chris is going to be fully tucked up in his Rex, walking Heather down the aisle, and we just wish them all the best. And I can't wait to see the photos.